Hey guys, if there's one dessert for two recipe you need to know how to make, it's these small batch chocolate chip cookies. Today we're making them without an egg. I'll show you how to do that. This recipe makes just 8 chocolate chip cookies, so it's perfect for your next cookie craving. Let's get started. The first thing we need to make a small batch of chocolate chip cookies is a stick of butter. But because we're making a small batch, we only need 6 tablespoons and a stick is 8. This is nice and softened butter. It's been sitting out at room temp for about an hour. The softer your butter, the easier it is to cream together with the sugars. So I mentioned that we're not using an egg today. That's either because I'm out of eggs or because I'm cooking for someone with an egg allergy. And one of the best things I found to replace an egg is cream cheese. It's slightly softened. I'm gonna get a heaping tablespoon of it, and that is all we need to make these cookies without eggs. But first you wanna cream the cream cheese into the butter. Now we need our sugars. This is a 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. Light works as well. And then I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Brown sugar makes a cookie really soft and chewy. And so we want a little bit in there, but then we still want our granulated sugar. Cream that into your butter and cream cheese. Okay, now it's time to add the flavor enhancers to the dough. I'm using vanilla and instant espresso powder today. These 2 flavors just make chocolate chip cookies super sweet and they enhance the flavor of the chocolate chips. So this is 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of instant espresso powder. This part is optional, it's up to you, but chocolate and coffee together are super delicious. And mix those in. Okay, let's add our dry ingredients. We need all-purpose flour. We're doing 1/2 cup plus 3 tablespoons. I know these measurements seem a little wonky, but it's because we're doing small batch baking. So instead of adding 3 whole cups of flour, we start small and we do 1/2 cup plus 3 tablespoons. Okay, then we need to add our leaveners. So we're using baking soda and baking powder today. The same amount of each, just a 1/4 teaspoon. These make the cookies puff up a little bit in the oven as they bake. And then a pinch of salt. I hardly ever bake without salt. We're using 1/8 teaspoon, which is really just like 1 big pinch. So let's mix the dry into the wet. That's our dough, but we are missing chocolate chips. This is a 1/4 cup of your favorite chocolate chips. I always use semi-sweet, but sometimes when I'm baking for my daughter, I do milk chocolate because they're a little sweeter and she likes that. So let's mix these in very gently. That's it. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we'll scoop out our dough. Okay, I have a large baking sheet here. And I've lined it with a silicone mat. I have found that silicone mats help cookies stay together and they don't spread as much. So I really like it. It does even heat distribution as the cookies bake in the oven. So we're gonna scoop our cookies. This is all of our dough because we're only making 8 cookies. I'm gonna actually shape these a little bit into mounds. This helps them bake up into a nice, pretty round shape. My oven is at 375 and we will bake them until they're golden brown around the edges and soft and chewy and melty in the centers. Our cookies are done. It smells like chocolate chip cookie heaven in here. Oh, I love these cookies so much. Another reason I love these cookies is that since they're made without an egg, I give you permission to eat the raw dough. I won't tell you, never have to bake them, but they are delicious baked. The only thing left is a big glass of cold milk to serve them with. I hope you love these egg-free chocolate chip cookies. For the full recipe, visit dessertfor2.com.